Let's just do it now if you've got 5 minutes. So, yeah. All right. So, what's up, guys? Today I have Jorge on with us. So, could you start by telling everyone your background and where you were at with your business before you joined?
Okay. So, hi everybody. As Hannah mentioned, I'm Jorge.
Mm.
Back when I started with Hannah, I only had like two clients. I was really doing in-person stuff, which is rather interesting. It was all like in-person training. I was working a full-time job, probably working 40, 50 hours there, and then doing in-person training with like two or three clients. Um, right after work. I'd be out of work about 5:30. Get there to the gym by 6. I only had enough time for three clients a day, so that's really what I was doing before that. Did you ask me what I'm doing now?
So like work-wise, if we just rewind a bit, you were working like full-time corporate, right?
Yeah, I was full time corporate junkie. I call it a corporate junkie because it felt like I was cracked out all the time. To be honest with you, yeah, like it was like I was either off of like I was off of like tons and tons of caffeine. Working probably from I don't know 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Like I just mentioned, like 5:30, 6 p.m. sometimes. And then the pandemic hit. That's really what changed things because I no longer was doing in-person stuff, obviously, because gyms were shut down. And then that whole work-life balance just went out the window. It was just working
Mm-hmm.
all nonstop. It was really
Okay.
intense.
Okay. So you were basically in a corporate job that, was pretty intense. Can you enlighten the guys watching what sort of things did you try in terms of growing your business and were they successful? Did they help?
Oh yeah, it was. It's actually really funny. It's like it's like why didn't I do more of it? I was thinking of like the 5 step story, the Instagram story, where you speak about someone's transformation.
Mm.
That I tried that like twice, and both times I got a lot of people texting me and hitting me up about the transformations, about the results, and then from then on it was just I basically got really, really good at the script, and I didn't realize I was doing the script subconsciously too. The not the script, the messenger script. So
Mm-hmm.
when people would ask, oh my God, this sounds amazing, they'd be rather joking about it. And I remember I send you screenshots of that too, between you and Dan, and you both give me some feedback on that, and that worked like a charm because I felt like before when I wasn't using that. Um, it was either people thought I was joking, they really didn't take me too seriously.
Yeah.
Um, I would lose a lead because I would just be quick to either answer like a price point, answer a question like that, or just really, it would like kind of fall through the cracks. We set something up and they just never respond. But I felt like using that script, it was kind of easier to filter out those people already rather than trying to set something up and they don't show up or I lose them just because of pricing.
Okay, nice. So if we just look at before you joined, how long had you been trying to grow online for? Or how long have you been wanting to go online?
It's funny because that was the intention was to go online. It was really to do online, but I guess I was so desperate to get more clients that when they asked for in person, I was like, yeah, let's do in person.
Right.
Um, yeah,
But you always knew in your heart that you wanted to do online, or not really?
yeah. I knew that I couldn't do. I don't know. I knew I couldn't do in person because of my full time job. I would be best to do online. Just because it's more scalable. You can really grow online business. You can only do so many in person stuff. But again, I don't know why. Like looking back, I don't know. I guess I was just desperate to get clients, so I just
Hmm.
was like, yeah, let's do in person, let's do in person. But I was
Right.
I was running myself into the ground.
Okay. So was the main motivation for you to actually quit your job or just make more money? Or what was that reason for you then?
I wanted to quit my job.
Right.
I knew, yeah, and it's funny because like when we first got on the call about joining, my goal was to quit my job
Hmm.
Somehow I think I got comfortable in the beginning, and then that's when you hit me with the question of, well, what's it got to take for you to hit quit? I will not forget that. That one question was like the breaking point. It was like, all right, what's it going to take for you to quit your job? It's like, oh, well, I got to make as much as I'm making my job. Okay, well, how much did you make in the past 3 months? I made about, I think it was 13,600 in those 3 months. And then we divided that and equaled more than what I was making my job. I was
Right.
like, okay, yeah. And you're like, well, so what's stopping you? And I was like, I choked. I was scared. I was like, Jesus, I don't know. I think a part of me didn't really believe that I didn't believe it would happen fast. I think that's what it was.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Because what was the time frame in which it actually took for you to quit your job? I mean, it's weird. Like for some people, they quit their job in like day two of trying to grow
Yeah.
the business and they go all in. Whereas with you, you personally wanted that safety net of matching your full-time income for a few months, right? So, if you don't mind sharing, what was the total revenue that you generated during our time together, and how many months until you handed in your notice and decided to quit?
The month is pretty simple. I think we're on month 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah,
lost track. I think it's like 5 or 6. We're at 5 or 6.
5. Yeah.
5, right? 5. Yeah, the month 5. So by month 3, you had asked me the question, and then it took like that month or two of like limbo of like, kind of like battling with myself of like, all right, I'm really doing this because I did have expectations of doing this job full time for a long time before we had gotten together in business, and now it was all of a sudden like I have to get used to the idea that this is gonna end soon. I mean, the job was good, paid well, benefits were great, the people were great. It challenged me. It was like, it was all great. It's just at the end of the day, and the time that we worked together, I'm pretty sure I'm hitting north of 27K. I think I told you 25, but last I checked,
Yeah.
it was 27 actually.
Nice. So you've
Um,
made 27K in 5 months.
5 months, yeah, because it was growing exponentially.
Mhm.
Because before that, I know that because in the first 3 months that I was November till January, I was only making like $500 a month, and
Mhm.
then January till February, I only made like 2 grand.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, and then I'm sorry, January till March, and then March till like June, or now, yeah, June. That makes sense. June, there was a pandemic and everything shut down, and I basically froze my clients, and that's when we realized we could take things online.
Right.
And so,
Hmm.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, that's pretty huge to have been able to generate the revenue, the numbers that you did, even working like, 9 to 5. And when I say 9 to 5, I mean 7 to 7 from what it sounds like.
yeah.
So if we just take a step back and look at the beginning, a lot of the time people, I guess you were as well, are a bit hesitant in case, what if it doesn't work? And well, this isn't exactly something that's like $300, so what was your thought process in that moment when you felt like, should I do this, should I take the leap, should I not, and how did you kind of get over that fear?
Um, I just, to be honest, I think I thought of the line from Meek Mill's song, "Scared money don't make no money." Yeah. Like I really, it was that line where it was like, if you're gonna, if you want, I knew that there was gonna be payoff. I saw Dan doing it. Dan, I was working for Dan, and he was also part of other mastermind class before you, and he was never spoke of
Yeah.
that very well. He didn't really speak of that very well at all. But ever since I started working with you, there was something that changed in him, and I was like, you know what? If it works for him, it's got to work for me. I know it's kind of scary, it's uncomfortable, but that's a good sign. It makes me uncomfortable. And now it's a matter of, better put my money where my mouth is. I gotta really do it. And if it doesn't work, it's probably because of me, because I didn't make it work. And
Hmm.
it's just that it's that simple. You always made yourself available. You've always like, even if there was like a little bit of a, maybe two, not even 2 weeks, like a week and a half, I'd probably hear from you every other week and a half if you didn't hear from me first. You know.
Hmm.
But for the most part, it wasn't ever. Yeah, in the beginning, it wasn't. It was, there was doubt. There was doubt. Like I was scared. I was nervous, but it was like I didn't really feed into that. I had to not feed into that because I knew that if I kept feeding into that, it would just never happen.
Gotcha. So now you're on the side. I actually want to know what was one of the first things that you did after you quit your job, besides
I
getting really drunk. Because when you go on holiday,
that night I enjoyed 2 nice glasses of wine, and I was like, ooh, it hit me on I think that was a Sunday night, or was it a Thursday night?
yeah,
I don't remember. It could have been both. I remember that day I just enjoyed 2 glasses of wine because I was like, damn, I gotta wake up early for work. I don't have to wake up early for work no more. And I don't have to. It's my business. I do what I want. So the Monday after I came back, so I went away to Puerto Rico that weekend too. I don't think I shared that with you, but I went away to Puerto Rico. And what was very beautiful about this online business was I actually onboarded somebody for a very low ticket offer. He just wanted nutrition advice. So I
mhm,
onboarded him while I was in Puerto Rico. I was like, this is so cool. I'm running a business from Puerto Rico. Like, that's so cool. And
yeah,
then that Monday, I went and I had breakfast with my mom for her birthday because it was just, it's something I wouldn't have been able to do because of my 9 to 5 or 7 to 7. It was really nice. We went to go grab breakfast, and we actually went with my brothers because they were around too. So it would have been something I would have sat out on because I would have been glued to my desk downstairs.
right, right. That's amazing. It's so funny because I actually remember you messaging me saying something like, Hannah, I did it. I quit. And I was like,
Yeah.
geez, he sounds really happy, but he also doesn't sound like how he normally sounds. And then Dan was like, yeah, he like was really drunk. So I
No,
was
that
like, ah.
that night. Oh, maybe that night. I don't know if it was that night. I don't know. Maybe I was just really crazed out. I was nervous. Like, I was extremely nervous. You don't understand. When I quit that Friday. So what I was interesting, Hannah, that Wednesday, my boss calls me and my coworker and one of my teammates, and he says, "Hey man, just so you guys know, you're gonna hear about it. We have a town hall meeting tomorrow with the company, and they're gonna talk about it. But the company just let go of about 10% of the people." And I was like, "Damn, I wish I was one of that." But it was just fascinating to me that when the company needs to save money, the first expense that they cut back on would be the human resources. We're in
Hmm,
a pandemic. We don't have bills and overhead has reduced. So the next thing is just people.
yeah.
Um, the CEO didn't take a pay cut. He's still getting paid $7 million a year. But yeah, we did that. That Thursday, we had a town hall meeting. He spoke about why. He tried to reassure us that the company's okay. But I also realized that if the company is not okay, he's not going to tell us until it's too
Right.
late.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to keep everybody under control. And so that Friday, I had already decided that Friday I was going to quit because we decided we were going to quit. You were like, all right, when are you going to give it in? And I was fucking shaking. I was like, damn. We were on Zoom call, and I called my boss and called my coworker, and we ended up talking for like 10 minutes about nonsense, about other stuff. And they're like, all right, guys, you have a good weekend. And I was like, wait, guys, wait. Remember, I called you. I gotta let you guys know that I'm departing from the company.
Uh-huh.
I'm departing from the company. I'm resigning. They're like, George, you're fucking kidding, right? It's like, it's November, Friday the 13th. So he was like, this is like a Friday the 13th joke, isn't it? And I was like, no, man, this is, yeah, I'm resigning, man. And I was shaking. I was nervous. So that's why I blew up your phone. I was like, I fucking did it. Like, I did it. I quit. It was nerve wracking, but I
Man,
did
that's
it.
amazing. Yeah, I love it. So, I mean, that's an amazing story of you obviously put in the work and you got the results and you deserve 100% of it. So, what's next for you, apart from paid ads and scaling? You got any life goals, business goals?
I want a house, my parents and I have been talking about getting a house because we rented our entire lives. We've never really owned a house. So I want a house. I want a house. I don't. I want to work on my fence. I want to work on my yard. I got a dog now. I want to get a yard for my dog. It's very concrete. I want a Tesla. I want to drive a
Mm,
nice car. Not because I want like the fanciness of it all. It's just like, yeah, it's fancy, it's nice. Of course, let's not disregard that. It's just,
Yeah.
you know, I got control of my life now, and I realized that I'm able to do whatever I want. You know, if I want it bad enough, I could get it. So I want to get it. And now it's
Yeah.
like, all right, now I have the vehicle to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really the next step, the next goal for 2021, 2022.
Love it. Amazing. Well, what can people find you? Where can people find you to check you out?
Instagram, Jorge.tsd, Facebook, Jorge Diaz, thestrengthdistrict.com. That's another one where you'll find our page. You'll find us there. Yeah.
Perfect. So guys, make sure you give him a follow or check him out. It's Jorge, that's spelled JORGE.Diaz. Yes. Anything else any advice that you want to give to anyone who was maybe in a similar position as you?
Don't think about it too much. You know, I've always, the less you think and the more you do is always gonna reap more benefits. Hannah, you said it in one of your videos. You know, done is better than perfect. So, you know, overthinking that too much and trying to do it till it's perfect. Like you know, I could have waited till it was perfect. You know, till the circumstances was right for me to quit my job. But the conversation with you and Dan, I was like, I could end up waiting and losing more money. Then we had a bonus. They were giving we get a bonus in March. It's a $3,000, $5,000 bonus. I could give myself the bonus in December and January.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's just, if you're in a similar position where you're working for somebody else, just remember that in this position you're able to control. You're able to control to an extent, but it does pay off. As opposed to, if you work harder here, you get more. If you work harder in a company, you still make the same amount. They don't care.
Love
It's
it.
just that simple.
Love it. Love that life advice. So thank you so much. Guys, if you're watching this, make sure you check him out, Jorge.Diaz on Instagram.
Jorge.tsd, TSD.
.tsd. All right. And thank you. And I will talk to you in a bit.
No problem.
Peace.